Right. Welcome back. It's the 11th of, or is it 10th? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It does for accuracy. It's the 11th of January, and today I hope to finish this because it's 56 degrees out, even though our average temperature here in January is below freezing. A few things of note. Please subscribe. I like those subscribe numbers to increase. The pronunciation of my name is Malovich, M-A-L-O-V-I-C-H. So it's like Malo, so it's Malovich, sort of like that, okay? First thing I have to do is clear off my bridge here, right here, and also clear the ice out from underneath that so I can, you know, fit a wheel under there. And I'm gonna let that melt under the water, and then I can come back and redo all of these support members. I've also noticed that this has soft tubes a little bit, so there we go, it's a lot more level now. Alright, now I've shut off I've opened the trap door to shut this water off. And then I can work on that subframe, or the other subframe, yeah. And you can see the rest of the water's flowing through there now. Alright, real quick, I'm back down in the basement. At the end of the video, last video, I did not have this guy mounted. I just had it clamped in place. And I was at first going to do like a saddle and then a band clamp around it, but it also has these mounting holes in the front that are threaded, and these are 1/4 and miraculously I had 4 matching screws here. And then I picked up these from the hardware store, and I'm going to mount this on here. At first I was super excited because I thought that these holes were the right spacing to match this, but they're off-centered. So I need to widen these before they can go on. And then I thought, why widen 2 holes when I can just drill 1 new hole off-center to match the other? The good old sideways drill. My air-powered rotary tool and Dremel are at the new place, so this is the only option that I had here. Alright, I got that all mounted. Here it is standing upright against my old DeWalt radial arm saw, and you can see how it's mounted there. This does have a boss around it, and I didn't want to notch these because I don't have the grinder here again. So I just put some washers behind it, and then it's screwed in with exterior screws there. This is very much going to be a temporary installation now because we did sell our house, so hence the rush to finish this in the middle of winter. So I'm going to install it, show you guys how it works, even a charging system, and then rip it all out. At least this portion of it. The rest of it I think I'll just leave. So in moving this back, the old one was here, and I have to move it back to about here, I'd say. So I got to dig that out. That wouldn't have worked. That thing's nice. That's the first time I've ever used a battery-powered circular saw. I didn't record this because you've seen me do it before, but I basically just squared and leveled, and you know, everything's kosher there now. So I'm going to go get the wheel and try to find my angle brackets to mount it and stick it under. Alright, I'm using these Unistrut angle brackets to mount the wheel to those cross members. And these are 1/2-inch bolts, but I mistakenly got 3/8 bolts. And the bolts actually fit right through, so you need the washer. And at first I tried using like needle nose pliers or something to get them up in there, but I can't quite get it. So I'm going to use a trick that I got from a Kurt hitch for my wife's Subaru, and they actually use like a pull wire. You thread it on and then it has a tail and you just snake it through and pull it up. I didn't have that wire, but I have a zip tie. And I've already done the other side, so all I do is I thread it on there, and now I can snake this right up through the hole. And there we are. Now I take my needle nose, grab onto it, take this guy off, And then, well, that has to go the right orientation. And then I put this guy on. Ta-da! Yep, that's the right way to use those. This one's a little bit harder because I have to get the zip tie up through with the tip of the bolt. The other side worked. I wonder if this side will work. Yeah, there we go. I have to get this in place to mark where the holes are going to go for those angle brackets. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Remember the first video? That was a real pain in the butt. Now it's longer, it's just... Yeah, I like sound effects, don't you? Alright, I think I'd have this where I want it, at least initially. And I have to mark where those holes are going to go. You know, Sharpie. And I have this positioned such that the water, where it meets the wheel, is going to be exactly at the top, or as close to the top as, you know, it doesn't matter. Now, can we fit the bracket, the washer, and the nut on there? Yeah, it's not catching. Alright, I'll go do another trick. Usually, carriage bolts, when you screw them in, the head buries some. So what I'm going to do here is pre-bury the head. Don't fall in. I just have a socket here and a C-clamp. Let me pull this out of the way. Just burying that, so I need a washer in there. There, now it's sticking out, hopefully enough to get the nuts started. Nope, still not enough. Alright. Yes, it's started. Ah, crap. You know what, I'll just have to get a longer one for this, but for now I think I'm just gonna do one on that side and at least one on the other side. All right, on this side I just got the nut on one nut because it wasn't even long enough to get the washer on that side. You know, I used 2 different 2x4s, so one's a little bit thicker. But I want to see it run. So I'm gonna shut the trap door and we'll see. You can see there's a lot of water running through there. Go, 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 go! Yes! Now this is far, far above normal flow, even from a few hours ago, because, you know, it's 56 degrees and a lot of the snow's melting. So it's probably doubled since I took that reading with the bucket a few hours ago. And as such, it's wasting a lot off the front of it. But it's spinning really fast. Look at that. Another thing I can do right now is short the leads. I'm gonna get my voltmeter and see what it's doing. All right, I hooked my multimeter up just like it was in the basement last video. And be careful not to get my wires here in the chain. Ta-da! 33 volts. That's damn impressive. So I could, at this flow rate, easily run a 24 volt system. Or I think my MPPT controller will take this down to 12 and up the current